Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We are back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, guys, that's Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, we are going to get into another episode of Casual Conversation, and one that I actually wanted to do the other day, but I kind of postponed it till today because I already had a casual conversation with a topic that I was planning on. So I did that the other day, as you guys already saw that. And if you want to check it out, it is on the channel. That was on the From the Vault figures, kind of being a bit of a dud, a bit of a fail, kind of fizzling out a little bit with this Series 4 release of what is to be expected in Series 4. But if you want to check that out, you can definitely get over to the channel and see it there for sure. Today, however, we are going to talk a little bit about the Bash at the Berlin pay-per-view. We're also going to talk a little bit about Monday Night Raw. Nothing too crazy there, but just a couple of things here that I wanted to go over, a couple of things I want to talk about, and see what your opinions are. As always welcome to read all of that. I love seeing it, so drop it in the comments below. But today, guys, we are going to be talking about none other than Bash at Berlin. I have my little notes over here to the right, so I can kind of reference back and forth with that. So, guys, I'm going to go over my picks. I did not give you a prediction or picks video before Bash at Berlin, and I really do apologize for that. But I am going to go with my picks that I already had. Nothing has changed, and obviously I'm going to tell you whether I would have been right or wrong. And so we're going to go from there. We're going to start right off. First match of the night, and I do believe all of these matches that I'm about to go over are in order as how they happened that night. So let's go over a few of them right now and go through this card. First off, we had the WWE Undisputed Championship match. That was Cody Rhodes defending against Kevin Owens. My pick for that match was Cody Rhodes. I did not see Kevin Owens winning the title as much as I would have loved to see Kevin Owens win the title. And it's funny because in the 3 title matches that we had, I didn't expect any of them to lose their belt. And we're going to get into that in just a minute here. But Cody Rhodes retains against Kevin Owens. It was a great match. I really do like to see the storytelling that was playing out in it. It was very cool, to see this new friendly side of Kevin Owens that may be changing back to his old ways. I don't know. Do we see a heel turn in the near future for Kevin Owens? I don't know. It kind of seems like he has definitely changed, heel face, a couple of times. Definitely nowhere near the Big Show in heel and face turns. I think that was just to become a record at some point. I don't know if anybody's ever going to top that. But we definitely could see Kevin Owens potentially going back to being a heel. I'm not quite sure. I'd like to say no with the way the match went, the way the match ended, but all in build up to the next pay-per-view, or PLE, as I should say. But Cody Rhodes was my pick for that, so Cody Rhodes did get the victory, and we were up 1 on the night. Up next was the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, and oh my God, am I just... This actually might have been the biggest upset and letdown for me on the entire night. I don't know about you guys, but I really did expect Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to be able to win this match. And again, like I said, between the two of them, Fire and Dawn, I expected them both to take the retain and take the belts. And, of course, not that it's the exact same thing. I get it's it's still overseas, and a lot of times those overseas crowds are very much in support of maybe the closest thing they have to locals at that point. So Fire and Dawn, of course, winning the belts back at Clash at the Castle. And I don't know, I don't know what to say, guys. I think it was a very big mistake on the part of WWE, and I am never really one to sit there and say that I have such a better idea than what these, I don't want to call them millionaire writers, but you never know. I mean, they could be close. I just feel as though this was a bit ridiculous, and this is kind of what leads into my Monday Night Raw. So I'm going to side cap this with Monday Night Raw. 0 cents. We've got Bianca and Jade winning the belts at some time ago, which I really thought was like a way for, okay, WWE is going to put Jade with Bianca. Bianca can help Jade because Jade needs some work. And, okay, this is going to be a way for them to bring her up in the ranks. And now they put a title over her shoulder. It helps her a little bit. Maybe not. Do I feel like it was too soon? Absolutely. Do I feel like Bianca Belair needs to have the tag title over her shoulder? Absolutely not. That woman is able to draw a crowd with a belt or without the belt. Simply put, she is phenomenal, and I feel the same for Jade in a lot of ways. I just think that sometimes it's kind of like what Dana says, and even said Dana White said it last night after the Contender Series. You take these guys who come out of very small promotions. They're 10-0, knockouts across the first round. We had a guy 9-0, 9 first round finishes. The guy has never seen a second round in his life, but he had a lot of trouble on the Contender Series because you take somebody who is a big fish in a small pond, and now that big fish gets put into a big pond, becoming a small fish. So with Jade, I think you very much so had the problem where in AEW, she was outshining a lot of people just in the presence of Jade Cargill. Of course, not knocking AEW. I'm not knocking their women's talent. I'm not knocking their division at all. I gotta say, a lot of great talent in there. A lot of new talent, a lot of old talent, a lot of great people in it all the way around. However, I just think that with what's going on right now, there's a lot of things that I question. When does Jade and Bianca become a breakup? Does Bianca turn heel? Does Jade turn heel? Which one will that be? Do they somehow split without ever having the fight? Is it not going to be that way? I don't know. We will see as time moves on. But of course, this leads me to my next point. Now you have Damage Control on Raw versus Fire and Dawn. Fire and Dawn pick up the win on Raw. They are now the #1 contenders for the women's tag titles again. It makes zero sense. Of course, I understand things have changed over the years. I am still a very big believer in no matter what, champion should get a rematch. I understand that is not, the way it is across the world. But even though we're not talking UFC, and again, UFC, these guys, go through rankings. They have to come back. It's very far and few between that people get an instant rematch, and if they do, it's because they had such a dominant position in the division. I mean, you look at the Kamaru Usmans, you look at the the Israel Adesanyas, you look at somebody like John Jones. There's a lot of people that I could continue to name. It's just the fact that they have been so dominant in their division that it would be impossible for them to not walk back into a title fight when they have been, haven't had a fight since they lost the belt. So in my opinion, I don't think we needed to waste time on Raw last night with a women's tag #1 contender match. I think last night they could have maybe cut that match from literally from the second the first person's music hit till the second it was wrapped up. They could have taken that time, cut it right in half. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn could have came out. They could have had a little conversation back and forth with Jade and Bianca. Rematch could have been set. It would have been a lot easier. And also, Kairi Sane wouldn't have busted her face on that announce table. Again, guys, I just think that it was really ridiculous. I don't even think that Bianca and Jade should have won the belts. And I don't know. It is what it is. But what are you going to do? It's not me booking it. And so that's basically it. So obviously there we have Bianca and Jade winning. Jade picked up the pinfall on that one for the victory for the team. And so now at that point we fell to 1-1 on the evening. Up next, strap match. Very surprisingly, I know you guys are going to be like, wow, shocked, because I usually don't. I picked Drew McIntyre to win just because I thought that it would continue to kind of evolve the story with him and Punk. I also thought it was going to be kind of like one of those things where Drew would be like, hey, now I've beaten you multiple times. This is it. This is done. This is over. And then I thought maybe Punk would get him with some last crazy, match that like they finally put a rest to the rivalry, to the saga. But surprisingly enough, CM Punk did win that match, and that put me at 1-2 on the night. So now 1 victory, 2 losses in my picks. And Drew McIntyre not winning that match, unfortunately, but I will say it was a great match. I'm very happy to see that Punk won. I'm happy to see that the story was able to be continued on Raw. I, expected something to come of it. I just didn't know exactly how quick they were going to jump right back into it. So very cool to see that. But again, like I said, now we jump back from coming off real strong at the beginning of this with the 1-0 with Cody, and now we are down to being 1-2. So, or I could say we are 1-3 on the night, as I should say. We are 1 for 3 on the night. And so now we move on to our next match, mixed tag team match. It is Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan. I did pick Damian and Rhea to win this match, and obviously they did. Rhea getting the pinfall over Liv. great match. Very excited to see this kind of still going and making its rounds, and we'll see where this all develops to, and where it comes to an end. But now, with that, of course, making things a little bit easier for me, a little bit more relaxing now. I'm like, okay, I'm 2 for 4 on the night. It's not the end of the world, and we'll see what happens come the main event. As I said, we jump into the main event. Gunther defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. And as I said at the beginning of this video, 3 title matches. I picked all 3 champions to retain, so I did pick Gunther to retain, as he did a phenomenal match with him and Orton. Definitely, I am no Dave Meltzer by any means, and of course, guys, I really wish that I did stay doing stuff like this for a more consecutive timeline of a period. As you guys already know, I did this for so long. I have some really old videos that were just before their time, ahead of their time, I should say. And I bring it to you because this is one of those moments where I look back at stuff like this and I think about all those times that we have gone over matches and pay-per-views and predictions and recaps and all this other stuff, and I say, man, I wish that I had stuck around with this for a lot longer of a period of time, maybe even a bit more of a dedication to it throughout those years. Who knows where we would be today, right? But I'll tell you where we are today. We are at Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, and we are back, and we are doing this as we always do. And I am so excited to be able to bring these videos to you guys, so I appreciate you all watching. If you've made it this far, hit that like button, drop a comment, tell me what you thought about Bash at Berlin. And as I said, guys, Gunther retaining the championship there, and that puts us for, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches on the night total, and that puts us at 3 for 5 on the night with picks. So that's very good. Very happy with that. But as it goes with that whole... Actually, what am I saying? Yeah, 3 for 5 on the night for picks. What am I saying? Yes, 3 for 5 on the night for picks. Gunther did a great job there retaining the belt, and I thought that would make the most sense. I didn't really think they were going to bring Gunther over for that extreme, shocking loss, but you never know. You never, ever do really know, right? But guys, now after Bash at Berlin being done and over with, we move on to Monday Night Raw. There's a couple of things that I do want to talk about from Monday Night Raw, and see if you guys were paying attention as well. So, as you already know, Joe Tessitore is now our new announcer on Monday Night Raw. I am so excited for that. Some people not happy with that. I'm not really understanding exactly what all the critiquing is, what all the backlash is. For anybody who doesn't know, and for anybody who does know, Joe Tessitore has been a phenomenal analyst and commentator for quite some time. If you are a fan of boxing, I'm sure you have heard him announce something somewhere along the way. A fan of boxing myself, a fan of UFC, a fan of professional wrestling. I definitely will say that Joe Tessitore makes a great fit to the family on Monday Night Raw. I am excited to see where things go from here. Obviously, now we have Tessitore and Wade Barrett on Raw. We have, I believe it is Booker T and, I'm drawing a blank on NXT right now. I don't know, is it Booker T and Wade still, or is Wade not Wade staying on Raw? I don't know. I know Booker T is still on NXT commentating, which I love. And, of course, on SmackDown, we've got Corey Graves and none other than the infamous Michael Cole. Michael Cole, I believe, I would assume, is no longer going to be doing multiple shows like that, maybe just for the reason of, wanting some time to himself, maybe getting a little bit more time, a little bit more free time. Michael Cole has been with the WWE for forever. I mean, geez, as far as I can remember, as far as I can go back. But an amazing commentator, amazing announcer, amazing analyst of the sport, Joe Tessitore, making a great fit to the family. I do think he needs to get a little bit more vocal on that microphone. I think he needs to pump up the volume just a little bit. But as time goes, we will see what happens. It's his first Monday Night Raw. It's his first thing with wrestling that I know of. And I am sure he will get much better. I'm sure he will definitely improve and continue to get better. I did actually enjoy, though, very much listening to him. He had a lot of great points, a lot of great little spots that he threw things in, a couple of terms that might have been even from boxing and mixed martial arts, MMA. So very cool to see that getting incorporated into some of these matches. But one thing that he did say, and I don't know if this is a sign of things to come or a sign of Joe Tessitore's first and last day on the job, but hopefully not the case. I don't know if you guys did notice, but at some point during Monday Night Raw, they did start to talk about some stuff with titles and belts and whatnot, and Joe Tessitore actually brought up that Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle and The Big Show all were, involved in a match And I thought it was very cool that Brock was announced and name dropped on live TV. So very cool. But like I said, what does that leave for debate? What is up for the possibilities of what is going to happen? Is Brock Lesnar making a return? Is Joe Tessitore making his final announcing day on Monday Night Raw? I don't know. I guess we shall see. But I can imagine they must have told him some things that he can't say on air. So I would assume if Brock Lesnar's name was one of them, it probably would have been brought to his attention, I would think. But that is Bash at Berlin, guys. That was a little bit about Monday Night Raw. This has been another episode of Casual Conversation. It was a quick one, just something I wanted to kind of bring to you guys, talk about a little bit, see what you thought. And, of course, drop your thoughts and maybe your future predictions in the comments below, because what is exactly going to happen here? Is Brock Lesnar on the rise again? Could we see him at some point in the near future? That would be beyond cool. I would love to see Brock get back into the WWE and maybe have a different mode that he could be in now. Maybe Brock could be all done with the WWE Championship. Maybe Brock could go after the World Heavyweight Championship. Who knows? But, guys, as always, I appreciate each and every single one of you for being in this video. Oh, were you in this video? I don't see you. But for watching this video, guys, as always, I appreciate you. See? And just like that, guys, it's over. The whole video's trash. Throw it out. We got to re-record, start from the beginning. As you know, that is not the case over here. No clips, no cuts, no edits. I go straight through from start to finish. That's the way we do it over here. And you already know that the only place that we can do that is right here at Matt's Wrestling Collectibles. So guys, as always, once again, if you haven't, get over to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you love me so much, you can't get enough of me, you want to see me all the time, hit that bell icon. Make sure you are putting it to the push notifications, because you want to get every last detail when it comes to Matt's Wrestling Collectibles all up on your feeds. But other than that, like I said, drop a comment in this video. Tell me what you thought of Bash at Berlin. Tell me what you think about Monday Night Raw, Joe Tessitore, the name drop of Brock Lesnar. And lastly, guys, if you haven't liked the video as well, and we will see you all in the next one. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Stay safe, stay tuned, and I will catch you all in the next video.